It is time to find out who is going to be our unexpected star of the show! So, just a reminder, this is where somebody comes to the theatre and they think they're coming here for work, but really they have a secret desire to perform, and we give them that opportunity on this very stage. So, here is our unexpected star tonight. He is called Andy Quinn. Come on, let's hear it for Andy. He is 36 years old. He's from Nottingham, and he is a firefighter. And doesn't he look like... Apart from the fact his cardigan looks incredibly flammable, he looks like he can deal with fire and fight it at any moment. So that's Andy, and he is coming to this office next door to give a fire safety talk. So that is right next door, and let me show you what it looks like now. Yes, there it is. It's the MMBS Training Centre Limited, not a real company. Of course, that is in reference to the name of our television show, Michael McIntyre's Big Show. But he would have to have incredible intuition to see that and go, hang on a minute, that's the abbreviation for Michael McIntyre's Big Show.
This is the fake room where Andy will be giving a talk, so we'll have 6 actors sitting down in these seats. But of course, the real reason Andy is here is that he has a burning desire to perform on the West End stage, and we're going to make his dream come true. We can now, I believe, go live to that very room, and there he is. And he's in his uniform, the Nottinghamshire Fire and Rescue Service. Can you confirm that is your husband and son? Yes? None of this is real! How exciting. OK, so what's going to happen is someone's going to come up the stairs when I call them up and say they need help getting the fire extinguishers, and they're going to come down in through a corridor here, and then on the stage there'll be a storeroom with the fire extinguishers in them. As soon as he gets in there, then a fire alarm is going to go off, and the fire extinguishers are also going to go off and put foam all over him. Then water is going to come out of the ceiling, and the lights will be flashing, and then the walls will collapse, and then, with a bit of luck, he will agree to perform at the end of the show. So we're about to bring him up to the stage to give him this massive surprise, but first we're going to have a little bit of fun, because 2 of those actors actually have microphones in their ear, and we can communicate with them. So let's see if we can talk to Richard. Where's Richard? Richard, if you can hear me, scratch your nose. Gemma, if you can hear me, sneeze quite violently.
Oh, so sorry.
He is very unimpressed by that. Richard, can you have your hand up, please? Can you just raise your hand with a question? OK, Richard, your question is going to be, I've heard the phrase, there's no smoke without fire, but is that actually true?
As well, sorry. I've heard the phrase, there's no smoke without fire.
Yeah.
But, like, is that actually true?
Fire. You can have fires that smoulder away without any fire for hours and hours on end.
Can you follow this up with, what about smoke machines in discos?
If you haven't got enough oxygen, it doesn't got.
It's not gonna.
Yeah, but what about smoke machines in discos?
What about them?
OK, Gemma, when you can you just say, Coral, that's the person sitting in front of you, Coral's too embarrassed to ask, but can you do a fireman's lift on her?
Once it gets the right mixture of heat, oxygen.
Sorry. Coral, this is my friend Coral, she's a bit too embarrassed to ask, but she really wants you to do a fireman's lift on her.
It's up to you. I mean, I'm doing it if you got some...
I'm heavier than I look.
No, you're not heavy.
Oh my god.
Do you just want me to do it or just say how to do it?
I'm fine.
Right, it's just a case of...
Oh my god, yay!
No, it's...
Gemma, could you say that Coral also wants to know if you have any photos of you in uniform?
Any more questions?
Coral just wants to know whether
Blow
you've got
it
any... Coral wants to know whether you've got any photos of you in uniform. She said that.
I didn't say that.
Do you know what, funny enough, I have one photo I keep on my...
Serious?
Come on.
No, it's of me and my dad. My dad was a firefighter.
All right, tomorrow.
Yeah, well, it was so good.
All right, normal questions now, normal questions.
Anyway.
Yeah, sure.
Any more questions?
Is it about Coral?
It's not about Coral.
Okay, can we bring Andy up with our little ruse?
Okay.
And that's
Hey
it.
guys, just quick, I know I've just been aware of time, I haven't got much longer. You've got everything you need up here?
Extinguishers.
I couldn't ask one of you
Yeah.
to just give me a hand. Is that
Then
alright?
I'll-
Yeah, no,
Just next
that
door.
on general safety, mate.
If you're happy, just carry on for a bit.
absolutely fine, yeah.
I'm just aware of
Yeah,
time.
absolutely fine.
Yeah, just come back.
So,
That was a bit of a walk, sorry, it's just next door in our next office. Yeah, we keep all our stuff down this end.
My kids are off school, aren't they? So I'm trying
And where are they, did you say? Sorry?
where am I going?
Where are you girls? Yeah, they back home, are they in bed?
We're
Yeah. It's probably late, isn't it, actually? If you can do me a favour, just grab, there's a water one in there.
Yeah.
There's another one upstairs that I'll just grab. You'll see it as you go in. If you just grab that for me.
It's Andy, ladies and gentlemen, Andy Quinn. There's your wife over there. There's your dad. Oh, good Lord, Andy. You are such a good firefighter that you've managed to avoid everything. Andy, this was supposed to douse you in foam and water, and you walked straight out. You're as clean as a whistle. Andy, don't panic, don't panic. This is my television show. As you can see, your wife is over there, Emma, and your father and family and friends. And we are here, of course, to surprise you. We were hoping there was going to be a little bit more of a surprise at the end.
I'm not mess things up.
Oh, no, you haven't at all. Come over here and have a chat. So I'm going to go with what was supposed to happen. I've got a towel here to dry you off because I know you're covered in all the foam and the water. Right. And of course here is a carpet. Careful not to slip because I know your feet are supposed to be very wet. Now, Andy, everything you've been doing here tonight isn't real. That fire safety course wasn't happening. Those people in the course are actors, so I don't know if we can see. They're all in on this. Yeah, they're all waving. Did you have any sense today that something was up?
I haven't got any sense at all, have I?
You haven't got any sense at all. Well, you have the sense to avoid everything we set up for you in the room. Well done for that. So they're still waving. That might be on a loop. I don't know what's wrong with those people. So tell me how you're feeling right now.
No idea.
Yeah, it's confusing.
Yeah.
You don't know what's happening, do
No.
you? Well, you are going to be, hopefully, something that we call the unexpected star of the show, which is where we bring you to this theatre. You're in the Theatre Royal in Drury Lane. And hopefully, if you will agree, you will be performing in front of over 2,000 people here. Now you like performing, you like singing, you like musical
I did.
theatre. You did.
Could be the end of it tonight.
We have a whole production lined up, and I can't imagine more people rooting for you than we have here tonight. We're all on your side, Andy.
So all that remains for me to do is to ask you, Andy, if you will be our unexpected star of the show tonight.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's go to it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's our firefighting, unexpected star of the show, Andy! All right, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the wonderful, our unexpected star of tonight's show. It's firefighter Andy!
God on high, hear my prayer. In my need, you have always been there. He is young, he is afraid. Let him rest, heaven blessed. Bring him home, bring him home, bring him home. He's like the son I might have known if God had granted me a son. The summers die one by one. How soon they fly on and on. And I am old and will be gone. Bring him peace, bring him joy. He is young, he is only a boy. You can